What's up, guys? Welcome to Gameside Manners. I'm Brandon, as always.
And I am Alex.
And today we're going to be playing Axiom Verge, which was made by one dude, Thomas Happ, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He made everything. He made all the music, the level designs, everything, which is fucking crazy. So for anyone that doesn't know, what the fuck is that noise? It's probably my brother. This is a Metroidvania style game. Recently just came out for the PS4, the Vita, and eventually it's also going to be coming out for Windows. It's awesome. I played a bit of it. I'm enjoying the shit out of it. But I'll probably play most. That looks like a penis. Doesn't it?
Yeah,
I was like, that looks like a penis. It's really fun. It's like any kind of Metroidvania game. They don't really tell you where to go. You're just
exploring around.
There's a lot of areas you need to come back to with new upgrades, because if not, you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to progress the story or get power-ups and shit like that. What's kind of crazy is I heard this game is 18 hours.
That's really long for a Metroidvania game, I gotta say.
And that's a lot of playthrough.
I mean, I've played all the classic Metroids and Metroid Fusion. So the only one I haven't played is the GameCube one, which I hear is awesome. And yeah, when I heard it was 18 hours long, I was like, whoa, that is long.
That's not only is that long, but that's a lot of playthrough. That's I was doing the math. That's shit. Like, for instance, I watch a lot of Game Grumps, and they've been playing for a very long time, over a year's worth. They've been playing Pokemon Red, Fire Red. Sorry, the GBA remake of the original Red, and they've been playing it for over a year, and they have over over 100 parts to it, and they've only been 16 hours into the game.
Wow.
And that's an RPG, which takes forever. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're trying to read this. I'm just trying to, kind of get to the gameplay already. Woo! So let's go. Alright, so
these games have a special spot in my heart, Brandon.
Oh no, me too.
I loved Metroid growing up, and actually one of my favorite games of all time is Metroid Fusion.
Yeah, you have a fucking hard on for Metroid Fusion.
Yeah, I've done speedruns in less than 2 hours. I've beat the game 100% multiple times. I probably beat that game at least 20 to 30 times.
Yeah.
When I saw that a new Metroidvania style was going to come out, I was like, you know what? I'm really excited about this. And I got a chance to play a little bit the other day, and I gotta say, I really like it. The mechanics are very nice and tight. The graphics are reminiscent of that era.
Yeah, they really are.
I think the weapons are really, really freaking cool, and the abilities.
Yeah, it's a really cool, I would say, yeah, like 16-bit. This isn't 8-bit because it's not that old looking, but it's, it's a 16-bit. Looks really nice. Like, okay, so this room right here, I need to come back later with a power-up.
With the drill, right?
With the drill, because at this moment I have no way of drilling that, so I'm kind of stuck. So let's go in this room. Stuck here also, so let's go. Let's keep going up.
Yeah, these games require a lot of exploration.
A lot of exploration and a lot of, like, memorizing where rooms are that you need to come back to. Because you will forget. It's happened to me where I'm like, what is this room again? I'll go in and I'll be like, oh, okay, I have the power-up now that I need to.
Did you ever play the original Metroid? Or the remake when they did Zero Mission?
No, I actually haven't.
It's incredible, and it's one of those games that I mean, I would have to say it's probably one of the really more difficult ones.
Yeah,
because you don't know what's going on. They just give you these massive maps, and you need to explore and find your own upgrades, and pretty much discover it all on your own. The
thing with those old games in general, is, can I get up there? They don't really tell you where to go. It's just that was the thing back then. They didn't. It was just, oh, this is a room. We're gonna throw you into this game and figure it out, because if not, that's just how it is.
Yeah,
that was the whole thing of games back then. It was it was the whole can't do anything here, and that hurt me. It was the whole mystery of like, oh, I don't know where to go. It was an adventure. I like it, but at the same time I don't, because it could get really fucking difficult at moments.
Yeah, I played Zero Mission, which was a remake for the GBA. And it's not easy. if you've ever played Fusion, you if you ever played Metroid Fusion, that was like the very polished, perfect Metroid game in my opinion.
And I remember. So put in perspective for you people, we're in our early 20s. Not Zero Mission, Fusion.
I'm actually more than 20. I'm about 23,000 years old, but I look like I'm 23. So
Zero Mission. Sorry, fuck. I keep saying Zero Mission. Fusion came out like what, 10 years ago?
More than that, maybe
10 or 11 years ago.
It came out. I played it. The first time I played it was in 4th grade. And I don't know that it had just come out. I think it was actually already like a year old.
I just remember playing that game and I was like, wow, this game is very difficult.
I remember I didn't have a Game Boy. I didn't have a Game Boy SP.
You emulated it?
No, I didn't. A friend of mine at school had, his name is Kyle. I actually bumped in the gym the other day.
Fucking random.
Yeah, I know, that's random. But my friend Kyle had a Game Boy SP. They had just come out, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, but my family was way too poor for me to have one.
That's so sad.
So, yeah. But, yeah, I remember watching him play Metroid Fusion. And I remember I asked him, I'm like, hey, can I play it? And he's like, yeah, sure, but I'm on the last boss. It's going to be really hard. And the last boss of that game, if you haven't downed the strategy for it, is a real bitch to beat. It is fast, it has awesome weapons, and it'll murk you in no time, no matter how much energy or missiles you have.
This is true.
So I tried, and I failed over and over, but I loved it. I wanted to keep playing. And I went home, and I begged my dad. I told my dad, hey, I don't ask for much. You barely feed me. No, I'm just kidding. But I really want a Game Boy SP with that game. And my dad said, we don't have the money. It was tight when I was a kid. My parents are immigrants from Cuba, so we came here to...
Even though this is like 30 years after that, so it's not really...
Yeah, but the financial situation hadn't really gotten much better in my family, so, it was tough. And then my birthday was about 2 months after that. And my dad said, hey, we're going to go to the mall and pick your birthday present. Usually a couple t-shirts was it, or a little toy or something.
Okay.
He walked me into GameStop, which back then was EB Games.
EB Games.
He walked me in and he said, what color do you want the game thing? And I just remember the happiness in my fucking heart was just...
You were like...
That was the best day of my life. It really was. And he bought me a little Game Boy SP. It was silver. I wanted the blue one, but they didn't have any.
Fuck. Okay, that's good that I died anyway.
And so we got, he bought me the little silver Game Boy SP.
Okay.
And he told me, we don't have money for a bunch of games. Pick one. And I asked the guy, I'm like, do you have Metroid Fusion? The guy says, no, we're fresh out of the new copies.
Oh, damn.
And then I told him, like, well, do you have a used one? And he's like, we got this really batted up one, and it's the only one we really got. And I said, yes, I want it. I'll risk it. What if it doesn't work? Fuck it. I took the game home. It did work. And it already had a save file that was beat within an hour and an hour and 18 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I remember looking at that time and being like, wow, this is a really short game. Because I loaded it and it was the last boss, and I remember from my friend Kyle's game. I beat the game. It took me like 7 hours the first time, and I remember I was determined to beat that guy's time. I never did. An hour and 18 minutes is ridiculously short for that game. Those are already like record times,
Yeah, that's speed running that shit.
That's very, very good speed runs. I mean, I think my fastest time is like a minute 40. An hour and 40 minutes, or an hour.
A minute and 40. Can you imagine that?
Right. Super beast mode. But that's how I fell in love with Metroid. It was just, and it's the only game I had for months, Brandon. I mean, the other game I had was some fighter that I bought months later, which I didn't even play because I love Metroid so much. But yeah, that's when I came to love those Metroid games.
Yeah, we've talked about Metroid extensively in our friendship, in the span of our friendship.
It's one of the best game series of all time, in my opinion.
Is there anything over here? I don't remember. What a stupid room.
Beats the shit out of me, bro. Yeah, there's probably something later on.
I don't know
how it is with this.
That's true. But you have, like I said, we've talked extensively about it.
Yeah.
And Alex has like a fucking hard on for Metroid Fusion.
Yeah, Metroid Fusion is one of my top, I put it in there, my top 3 favorite games of all time.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
Yeah, it's just so much fun, and every time I play it, I feel like a kid again, and it's just awesome.
How many times have you played that game?
I beat it between 20 to 30 times at least. Yeah.
That's fucking
and that's
crazy.
just a rough guesstimate. It might be way more, because I've emulated it a bunch of times for speedruns without doorways and stuff. And, I mean,
Oh, shit.
I wanted to go for the world record, but then I saw it, and it's like 45 minutes or something like that.
Wow.
And I don't doubt that I could do it, but I'd have to beat the game another 30 times. And
is it this one?
You gotta memorize where they spawn, the enemies, and you gotta memorize the whole game.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
And don't get me wrong, I speedrun it in an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes, and that's pretty fast.
Yeah, that is pretty fast.
But I don't stop. I barely save. I save like maybe 3 or 4 times. And that's it. And I don't pick up stuff.
I'm kind of lost. I kind of forgot where I'm going. Whatever. Will I figure out where the fuck we need to go, even though I've played this part of the game already? We'll find out next time.
So tune in to our show.
Subscribe. Bye.